Welcome to Grand Cuisine. We are making cookies today, and we are making a very fun, unique recipe called Brunswick jelly cakes. By the way, if you like what we're doing here at Grand Cuisine, then please hit that subscribe button, like us, and follow us along while we bake and cook in a Grand Cuisine tradition. So our Brunswick jelly cookies, known as cakes, actually come from the original White House Cookbook, 1887 edition. So this is a very classic mid-19th century recipe. Let me read it for you really fast. The original recipe tells us to stir 1 cup of powdered white sugar, 1/2 cup of butter together till perfectly light. Beat the yolks of 3 egg whites till very thick and smooth. Stir 3 cups of flour and stir it into the beaten egg whites with the butter and sugar. Add a teaspoon of mixed spices, nutmeg, mace, and cinnamon, and 1/2 glass of rose water or wine. Stir the whole well and lay it on your pasteboard, which must first be sprinkled with flour. If you find it so moist as to be unmanageable, throw in a little more flour. Spread the dough in a sheet about 1/2 inch thick and cut out round cakes with a biscuit cutter. Lay them in buttered pans. Bake 5 to 6 minutes. When cold, spread over the surface of each cake a liqueur of fruit jelly or marmalade. Then beat the whites of 3 or 4 eggs till they stand alone. Beat into the froth by degrees a sufficiency of powdered sugar to make as thick an icing. Flavor it with a few drops of strong essence of lemon, and then with a spoon, heap it on each cake, making it high in the center. Put the cakes in a coal oven, and as soon as the tops are colored a pale brown, take them out. So a bit of a lengthy recipe, but we're gonna break it down and make it simple, and it should be something fun. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have my butter, and I'm gonna add that to my bowl. And then to that, I'm going to add in my cup of confectionery sugar. And I'm going to cream that together. Just get it all nice and smooth. Now, the reason that we use confectionery sugar as opposed to granulated sugar is the confectionery sugar helps to stabilize the cookies so they don't actually move on us. When we cut them out, they will basically retain their shape, and that's what we want. So you can see we're getting it into a nice mixture. It is a more thick mixture because it is confectionery sugar. So we're gonna cream this up. There we go. And then we're gonna add into it our 3 egg yolks. Now they tell us to beat them up, so we're gonna beat them up just a little bit with our rotary beater. So we're just gonna beat those up until they are thick. Probably till they're light and lemon colored. So I think that should be sufficient. We're gonna now add this in. I'm gonna add it in thirds and mix it together just so I don't have too much at one time. So I'm gonna mix that in. Then I'm gonna add a little more. And I'm gonna mix that in. And then I'm gonna add a little more. And add in the remainder. And there we go. So now we're gonna add in our 2 tablespoons of white wine. We can also use apple juice. We can also use rose water. So we'll put that in, mix that up, and then it's time to add in our flour mixture. So when our flour mixture has all of our spices, So we're going to go ahead and add that in. And we're going to develop a real nice dough. Now, we're going to break away from the recipe a little bit because it's a real good idea to take a dough like this once we have it all made up and to put it in the refrigerator. So after I have combined this and formed it into a ball, I'm going to actually wrap it and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for maybe 30 minutes until it is nice and cold and very easy to roll out. So I'm going to mix this and form it into a nice ball, and then we're going to actually wrap it, put it in our refrigerator for about 30 minutes. So here's our dough ready to go, and we're simply going to take it, wrap it up, and we're going to place it to a cold box, the refrigerator, allow it to chill for about 30 minutes, and then we'll be ready to start rolling. So we're rolling out our chilled dough, and then we're going to cut it with our biscuit cutter. I think they tell us to roll it to about ½ an inch thick. Shooting my biscuit cutter all over the place. So we're gonna roll this out, kind of push it together if it kind of breaks apart a little bit, and then make sure that it doesn't stick onto your surface. Kind of move it around. Kind of roll and turn and roll and turn so that it doesn't stick on you. And just kind of push it back together there. And just a little bit thinner. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and cut these out right about ½ an inch. And then we will put these onto our prepared sheet pan. There's just a little bit of butter on here. And then we will bake them in about a 350 oven for, as they say, 5 or 6 minutes, just till they're kind of lightly brown, maybe a smidge longer, more like 12 to 15 minutes is going to be my guess. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start putting our jelly onto our Brunswick cakes. So you can do it like this, where you add about a teaspoon or so, but it's a whole lot easier if you actually use a parchment bag that I'm just going to make up real fast and add my jam right into it and just pipe that right onto my cakes. So it just goes around easily just like that. And I'll go back and finish the others. But let's go ahead and make our, really, what is royal icing. So we have our 3 egg whites that we've reserved, and I'm going to go ahead and beat these up. And you want to get them so that they are really fairly frothy. Just like that. And then I'm going to add in my sifted confectionery sugar, just like that, and then I'm going to continue beating. Kind of stirring that around, getting it all injected so that we can make our icing. Let's see, I'm going to get a good start. There we go. And we will beat this until it is fairly firm. Done. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover these by simply taking the cookie and just applying some of this royal icing right over the top, just like that, and spreading it around, putting it back on our cookie sheet. And we're going to cover all of the cookies in this manner, and then we're going to put them back in the oven, and we're going to brown them until our royal icing is just a light brown. So about a 350 oven, maybe even 375. We want to kind of brown it before we get the royal icing to kind of leak off. We don't want that to happen. So just really quickly do that. So I'm going to finish these up, and then we're going to put them into the oven and finish our Brunswick jelly cakes. Here are our Brunswick jelly cakes, fresh from the oven, lightly brown, and ready to go. And here at Grand Cuisine, we want to say Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas. We hope all of you will join us in our journey as we continue to grow our channel. We so look forward to making many more videos for you and highlighting classic cuisine that our chefs and great men and women of our past gave us. So please subscribe to us, like us, and write us, email us, or in the comment section, tell us what you'd like us to do. We really want to hear from you. We are so excited about